Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spiderman. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And we've been tracking a lot of the updates for the Marvel Cinematic Universe regarding all of the characters and series that are coming to Disney Plus, along with the series that have existed beyond the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one thing that definitely a lot of fans have been talking about and asking about is the possibility of seeing some characters that were introduced in the Netflix side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that kind of abruptly ended around 2018 or so, or started to end around then, where we saw a lot of characters like the Defenders, such as the Daredevil, Luke Cage, and others. Fans have been wondering for a long time, will these characters be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the future, or are they going to kind of be lost and phased out? Now, there were a ton of rumors recently that the actor Charlie Cox might be returning as Matt Murdock in the upcoming Spider-Man movie, which kind of is interesting because for a while it looked like those were rumors, and then all of a sudden Charlie Cox spoke out saying he wasn't a part of the role, but then more rumors came up saying that he might actually be in consideration to make a role in the film. So while there's still a big question mark on that, it's looking like there is still the possibility that some of these characters could be brought back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Matter of fact, MCU President Kevin Feige went as far to finally touch base on these Netflix characters and what we could expect from the future. Now, in an interview with Deadline, Kevin Feige went on to say specifically, "Well, certainly you've seen what we've announced at Comic-Con a year and a half ago and on Disney Investor Day a few weeks ago. So that's our focus," he said, "but I've been at Marvel long enough to say never about anything." So this is a pretty vague and ambiguous answer, though it does seem like he didn't completely rule out the existence of these characters in the MCU, which was something a lot of fans were kind of concerned about. There was this big consideration or fear that these characters from the Netflix series would be retconned, or we would get an announcement from someone at Marvel saying these stories are not canon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it looks like that will not be the case, at least in this regard. In this very short interview, we have the confirmation by the lack of announcing their non-existence that at the very least there's a possibility these characters could come back, and at least they're not necessarily ruled out of being completely in the canon or not. We have recently seen other actors talk about their roles in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For instance, Mike Coulter, who played Luke Cage, has talked a little bit about whether or not he would return and how it's kind of this big question mark over what Marvel wants to do with these series. And while he hadn't been in any talks with Marvel, it's still kind of left open-ended that they could continue or they could choose to kind of go back to this storyline or some of those characters down the road if they choose to find a way to write these characters in a way that works best for what Marvel has planned with their storytelling. So it still leaves a big question mark up in the air, but at least we kind of know at the very least where Marvel is in terms of looking at some of these characters from the Netflix series, and maybe we'll see some more planned for these characters sometime down the road. Though we don't think it's much like Marvel to forget about characters if they're still in the canon, and especially if Daredevil's set to come back. Perhaps we'll see some of these other characters appear in one way or another in something new down the road. But we'll have to see what happens. What do you guys think of these Netflix characters? Do you want them to make their way into the main series? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, uploaded every day of the week. Otherwise, that's it for today. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?